so hairy.
Hmm?
The hair has just started to come in all the way. It's crazy because as soon as I opened my eyes this morning, first thing I wanted to do was come visit. See that? She I was nervous when I would wake up pregnant, but now waking up and I know that she's here, I couldn't see myself without. I mean, I already miss her. I needed to be with her from the minute I opened my eyes. I did. I was missing her already. Can't believe it. I'm so in love with her. I'm so in love. John, I don't know what I could not even fathom the thought of her not being here right now. She came at a perfect time. She's perfect in every way. And I think this was a test from God to keep me busy. Just to keep my mind right. He sent me a little extra work with her. Just so I could keep busy. I could not see my life without her, John. I'm so happy I chose to keep her. I mean, every part of my body wants to keep thanking God and thanking God for making me leave. John, I know I would not be as happy as I am right now. I would have been lost, probably still in the street. I just told the nurse all this. I broke down and told the nurse. She asked me how far along I was when I decided to keep her. I said 17 weeks. I was dead set on having an abortion. I told her the story. Her eyes kind of got all teary because she couldn't believe how close I came to taking her out. I'm like, nobody wanted me to have her, not my family, not the father. No one wanted this baby to be born. And now she's here and everybody wants to see her and I kind of was being selfish in the beginning. Like, no, you didn't want me to have her, right? So you don't need to see her. And I thought about it all night. I'm like, that's wrong. You know, people should see what they wanted me to take out. People should see what the life that they wanted me to take away. Now she's here, and she's the most amazing, adorable little thing. It's crazy because my whole pregnancy was a mission. The entire time I was pregnant was a challenge, and now she's here, and he made it just a little extra challenge. Like, it's true when they say he doesn't make it easy. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's fun. I'm glad she's here. I don't want to leave her side. I'm not supposed to have her so long, but I can't keep my hands off of her. Thank you, Lord. I've thanked him so many times in so many different ways. And I keep telling you thank you because it was your words, your inspiration that made me walk away that day. John, I want to be friends with you for the rest of my life. I need you to be a part of her life. I mean, she needs to know how God sent that message to you, and she needs to know exactly why she's here. And it's because of you and how you gave me that message from God. I know you say it was God, but you're his messenger. You're the one that knows the words to say. He don't give you a scripture and say, read this, John. The words come from your heart. You know what to say. That's why he chooses you to stand out there day after day. And it's crazy because the nurse that I was telling the story to knows exactly who you are. She worked in the other hospital on the other side and said that she remembers someone always standing out there in front of that clinic. And said, that's him, the man that came to see me yesterday. She's like, wow. She's like, that's amazing. I'm thinking of naming her Victoria, John. I'm really going with Victoria. I keep looking at her. She's a victory. She's my victory.
I'm partial to that name because my wife's name's Vicky.
Oh, wow. See that? So maybe it goes Victoria. I want that. She's my victory. She made me. At the end of the day, I'm victorious because of her. I overcame my addiction. I overcame the domestic violence relationship. I overcame a lot of things because of her. She made me a strong person, John. She really did. She's a victory because where nobody wanted her to be born, here she is.
I know there was a lot of other people that, because you came there quite a few times thinking of doing this, and I remember, I believe her name was Cynthia from Phoenix that you came and talked to that one day. And then when Patty had all of her group down there. That was another day. And then I remember Amanda took over that day and said, what do you think you're doing? You remember that?
I went there with the money.
She gave you some street counseling.
We had.
So she was using words I wouldn't use.
Yes. She wasn't being anything biblical about it. There was nothing holy about what she said. But hey, I needed to hear it.
And then there was the Rizzlers, right?
Yes.
And then you have had the fortune of having 3 different crisis pregnancy centers help you.
Yes.
First Life over at First Baptist.
Yes. Yes.
Choices with Daria Monroe.
Yes,
and then Andrea has been a big part of your
life. I love Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's just a team that God has put together to help you.
That's amazing, and it's all started with that one day.
Yeah. And the Rizzlers, we can't forget the Rizzlers.
No, we can't.
Paula and Dave.
Paula and
they were helping you physically as well.
They gave me my first Bible.
Yeah.
My first Bible came from Paula and Dave and told me to pray. They gave my son his first starter Bible. They brought me food. They brought me my first bag of food when we had nothing to eat, absolutely nothing to eat. Pure winter. They brought me sweaters for me and my son. I'll never forget Paula and Dave. Never.
And then there's just literally, I know I'm leaving people out, but God has brought us.
Nobody out because I want to say thank you to everyone. I want to get cards and just send them out to everyone and say thank you.
But God has brought all these people into your life, Jasmine, because He cares for you, because He loves you, and He's showing you how much He loves you. I mean, how many other people get all these people in their life? It's amazing what He has surrounded you with.
That's so I can see a different set of people, a different set of life, because I would have never on my own discovered that even existed. I've surrounded myself with such bad people and bad environment for so long, John, that I didn't even know that kind of people existed. I didn't know that goodness in people existed. I never believed that. I would have never believed that people could actually love me and care for me and do the things that these people do, expecting nothing in return. They're not expecting anything from me at all. It's just pure goodness. I never thought that existed. You people have shown me, and not you people, but not your kind of people. I know it sounds rude to say it, but good people. I didn't think they existed.
Well, you're one of our people
now. I am.
And we're not good. I'm not good. But you know what Jesus is? I've submitted my life to Him, and that's what He's called you to do. And I'm so thankful that you have. And I know the road's going to be hard. I know there's going to be tough spots, but He's gonna be there. It's not going to be easy.
He would ever want to forgive
You're coming from a completely different world. You told me you were since 13 out on the streets in New York and in a gang environment.
My whole family sold drugs, from my grandfather to my father. I was born into the Santeria and the voodoo stuff, and I didn't know about God. I didn't learn about God till I met you guys. I just stepped into a church, and at 34 years old, 5 kids later, I stepped foot in the church. I opened the first Bible I opened recently when I met you guys, and I didn't think He existed, because I always thought if God exists, why is He letting me get abused? Why is He letting me get beat? Why is He letting me go through all this stuff if He exists? And then when I started seeing all the beautiful things that started to happen to me when I met you guys, I started, maybe He is real, maybe He does exist. And then He kept doing more and more things for me, like showing me that He really does exist. And now I know He's real. I didn't think He was real. I thought there was other things out there. I know God existed, but I thought there was always other stuff out there too. Now I know there is no other stuff. It's only God, His way. It has to be. All the things that He saved me from, I should have died so many times, and I never knew it was Him doing it. I always thought it was luck. Oh, I got lucky that time. I got lucky this time. It wasn't luck. He was there for me the whole time, and I didn't know it. But I guess I had to learn it. I was meant to learn about Him now the way I learned about Him. And it's all because of you, Victoria, and the people I've met.
Well, I'll tell you, you are such a blessing to all of us. I don't want you to think that we're a blessing to you. You are such a blessing to us.
Thank you.
And I just, I know that you're going to continue. You've been, ever since you chose life, you've been coming down and helping try to talk other girls out of it, and you're making a huge difference. And you're just a beautiful person. The Bible tells us that the blood of Jesus Christ cleanses us from all sin. That means every single bit of it. It means everything about you is brand new, and that He has forgotten everything against you and cast it into ocean. He's sent it as far as the east is from the west, and you're a new creation. You just, even though you're going to feel tugged by all these other stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I mean,
yes.
but he's there, and he's molding and shaping you, and he's coming alongside and just calling you to trust him. Just continue to trust him.
I am. Because when every time I start feeling any other way, maybe something starts to test my faith, and he always bring me right back. Because just a week ago, I had a real bad test of faith when this stuff happened with the shelter, and I started losing my faith and saying unrealistic things, and I lost reality, touched reality for a little bit, and I started the blaming game, and I got upset. And then I remember you telling me, God knows you're just angry, you don't mean those things. And that very day, right when I was at the end of my peak of looking, I couldn't find a way to go, and everybody kept turning me down, and you guys prayed for me. I left that afternoon, went to the last place I could have went to that afternoon. It was a Friday. I had to be out by Saturday morning, and that church agreed to help and pay a week of a hotel for me. I got so lucky. Right when I was losing my faith,
well,
came through.
We're still searching to get you something more permanent than that.
I know.
There's a lot of people praying.
Thank you.
You know, I got messages, just so you know this, I got messages asking me to tell you that they love you and they're praying for you from South Africa, from Kenya, and from Germany.
Wow.
Honestly, and all these ladies that honestly are praying for you all around this country.
People praying for you. Everywhere. You got people praying for us. You're gonna be okay. You hear that?
Because see, it's not me. God calls his people together to do these things.
You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be big and strong. You hear that? You have people praying for you, Pumpkin. I never even seen you. We gotta give you a name so you could tell everybody your beautiful name to pray for you.
He knows her name. And the minute that you tell them to put it on the chart, you're going to find out the name it was that he named you. Honestly.
I think it's Victoria.
Wow.
Really, from the minute it was said.
Even that name is telling you that there's victory in Jesus. Right?
Yeah, Victoria. Damn, Victoria it is. You're my victory. I don't even want to go. I can't even fathom another name. It was either Victoria or Grace. I want something that represents what she meant to me, what she's done. So it was either Faith, Grace, or Victoria. But just because so many people were against her coming, that's why I want Victoria. She's a victory. Against all those odds and people that said not to have her, it was a bad idea. I can't even imagine this being a bad idea. Just look at her.
No.
No, but you've seen it all along. You knew exactly. You knew this is exactly what it would be like. You kept telling me just think of how it felt when you held all your other kids, and it was a great feeling. It's a great feeling. I just want to squeeze her. Thank you. You and all your friends and everybody praying. Thank you.